I got
Right?
no. I was cheating on a test.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit different than what you said.
I know. I'm just gonna yeah. So I was cheating. I had my phone in my lap, like right in the
Like
crotch
what we do on every
area.
other test, you mean?
What we did, like,
Yeah.
And I had it
High
like in
school,
the
you could
crotch
get away with
area.
that.
Dude,
And
think
I was
the
just, like,
worst was
staring.
Charleski. Like, we just had a flat out.
Yeah, I was doing exactly that.
In Charneski's class, we'd
Yeah.
literally sit on it. You can't see this, but with our phones in our laps.
No, we would
And-
I would put it in my backpack.
No,
Like, literally in
and
front of me on my back.
that was the thing.
we,
You
like-
would just put it on your backpack,
Yeah.
and he was so
'Cause she was in-
oblivious.
'cause
we
Pay
had the
attention.
screen thing, so we
Yeah,
already looked
the
like we were
clickers.
clicking something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
fucking
yeah. We
clickers.
had the
I hated
clickers to
those.
put in our answers,
Yeah.
and literally me, you, and Casey we would get one answer online, and then we would just turn the clicker one way for Timmy and the other way for Casey.
And then Alex Medina and
Alex
Andres at the
Medina and
end.
Andres.
Oh, we're just doxing all of them right now for
Whatever,
cheating.
whatever. I mean, we're,
Sorry,
we're
Andres.
4 years later right now.
Yeah, I don't think it really
No,
matters, but-
5 years later now. That was freshman year.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was sitting in the same sort of like science table chair, but like my crotch area was exposed if you were staring
Question
right at it.
is, like, why is she looking at your crotch, man?
I could have pulled that card, and when I'm 5 minutes into the test and she goes, Casey, phone and test. That's an iconic line. If you ask anyone in my anatomy class, phone and test. She like screams at the top of her lungs, and I like make that like that look up. I'm like, what? And she goes, phone and test. And I'm like,
Did you get out of it though?
and I was like, fine, okay. Like, what the fuck can I do at that point? And I gave her my phone. I gave her my test. I'm sitting there like stressing for like the rest of the period because like I don't have my phone. I don't have my test. Like I'm sitting there.
They can give like the same thing happened with me senior year, and I got a fucking referral.
Well, so thank God I really built a pretty good repertoire with teachers. Zach and I were talking about this the other night.
I
Like
had zero relationships with any of my teachers, and
everyone
Casey
but me-
was friends with all of them.
yeah, like
I was
was
in high school every single day. Like, fuck these people.
But you
I
also
don't
weren't
really-
really there your senior year too.
My
you know,
senior year, I
yeah,
wasn't
but
there
this
at
was
all.
this was
is
all
like, I
throughout.
mean, I was there for every period from freshman year to junior year. Then senior year, I just went to the community college.
Yeah, but I was super close with this teacher, and she, I walk up to her and I'm like, "Hey," at the end of class, and like when everyone left, and she's like, gives me that like disappointed face,
This
and
is
then,
after she caught you cheating.
yeah, and I
Okay.
like listen, like I can't get a cheating referral, I can't. That's bad. And she goes, I know, you're getting a 0 on the test though, and I was like,
You gotta live with
all
it.
right,
You gotta
peace.
live with it.
And
I
then-
mean,
but wait, here's the mystery aspect. I get home,
you didn't get a 0 on it.
my grade raised 9 percentage points.
How?
You know what? I didn't tell a soul.
You don't question that.
I didn't
You don't
question
ask
it. I
anything
did-
about
just
that.
said-
You
I
just
said,
let that
okay.
ride out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said okay.
Oh, speaking of cheating,
Oh,
do you
fuck, I have this
remember?
final
Do you
tomorrow.
remember the Algebra 2 final? Or
It might have been-
quarterly? Or was that?
It might have been
freshman year?
geometry.
Might have been oh, it was the
No,
geometry
'cause I
one.
was with you in geometry.
Nah, because he cheated on
So-
geometry
so-
test.
so
He got called out for
Basically,
it.
basically,
The final
they
was
were
bad.
yeah, they were. It was the final for geometry, and they set up, on the computers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was computer next to computer with like a little thin like divider
Yeah,
between
the
us.
sectional
It was
So-
a poster
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
picture.
Pre-COVID social distancing,
Timmy,
if you will.
what I did was I would lean back in my chair like this and
I
like
did that for
and peek
Spanish.
around.
The peak,
And
the
Nate
peak.
Chrissy was sitting next to me, so like I was
I
like,
thought it was
I don't.
Tyler Ruiz.
It was Tyler Ruiz and then Nate Chrissy.
That's exactly what I did for the Spanish
So
final.
so listen
Yeah,
to this,
it
Timmy.
works like a
So
charm
I'm
most of the
cheating
time.
off of Tyler. I'm cheating off of Nate. I'm like trying to figure out how to do this test because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like I suck at fucking math. Like so I want to be a
I thought you were
lawyer.
I
good.
love
Nah,
geometry.
nah. That's why I'm
We
done with
blew
math
through
forever.
it geometry. I
Anyways,
love that class.
Yo,
She hated
anyways,
you, man.
Who's Bercelli? She
Yeah,
loved
she
me.
kept having to move you because you
Who
kept
is-
talking to
Dude.
Molly.
who
Yeah, it's
you
'cause me and
know
Molly
the
had good
teacher.
banter.
You know the teacher that got me in trouble. You don't remember. Anyways,
No, I'm
Timmy, so
sorry.
I'm leaning back looking and I get a tap on my shoulder and I'm like, she's like, come with me. So I like stand up. I'm like, fuck, like,
But the final is in the midterm.
The final-
Like the
no,
Yeah,
I mean, but
Kind
at that
of, but
point,
getting
at that
caught
point,
cheating
like,
on it, that's like
getting
a
caught
death
cheating on it.
sentence.
So I get called into like like the little like rooms in the library, media center, whatever it's called.
I was
Yeah.
never in there except for finals, so
I know,
All right,
like
anyways,
an
so,
office sort of
yeah,
thing.
it's like a little office room. So I sit down and I'm talking to this guy and I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. He's like, so what were you doing in there? And I started bawling. I'm crying. I'm fucking like,
I can only
I'm like-
imagine. Like,
I'm
I'm
like
like so
so proud to
young,
get
like a
caught.
little.
right
Yeah.
now, if I
Yeah.
got caught, I'd
14-year-old
be like,
Zach.
I would just be like, oh fuck, my bad, and then
you wouldn't
move
like,
on.
cry or anything?
No. This is 14-year-old Zach who lives with his mom and is like
At this point, you own up to it.
at this
like,
po-
you're just
yeah.
like,
So
"Fuck, you got
so
me."
the guy makes me call my mom on the spot.
Oh,
And I'm on the phone crying my ass off to her. She's at work. I'm like, Mom, I got caught cheating a test. Like, I'm really sorry. I'm like literally shaking. Like, I've never been like in trouble before like
That's
that.
bad.
And that's
so
bad. Like getting
was
caught
like, I was
cheating
by
on a
referral.
final, bro.
Yeah, it's
do
like
you know?
it's
do you
so
know?
scary getting.
Do you know what my
referrals.
punishment? What punishment was?
what?
Nothing. They let me retake the final at the end
What
of
about your
the
mom, though?
during the summer. What?
What about your mom though?
My mom,
Yeah.
when she found out that, well, they were mad, but like they weren't that mad.
Yeah.
But when she found out I could just retake it when they told me, and I got into no trouble with the school, it wasn't even on my record or
Damn, bro.
anything.